But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat, ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands in your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch it turn to a singer. Get the fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back that like a pogo. Don't do these, they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. From the got in the gently. Ain't being friends with these. When I was down out of so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops getting.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Buffalo Bills. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Back to Philly, here we go.
First down, and they're going to throw without it. And this is incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, fell incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Throwing is Allen on third. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Robert Foster with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills have taken the early lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Bridgewater now on second down. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Lorenzo Alexander coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Being chased out left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, But you trade sixes for threes, things are going to work out in your favor.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. On second down, here's Allen. Throw left side complete. That's McKenzie. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. It's Xavier Rhodes there in on the stop. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially when it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. Able to power through. And he's got room. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Charles, I think sometimes maybe we take LeSean McCoy for granted. Been in the league since 2009. He's played 12 or more games every season as a running back. 30 years old this year. What do you see for his future?
I still see a very bright future for him, and you're exactly right. We do kind of take him for granted. Remember, he was with Philadelphia. Then he goes to Buffalo. Buffalo goes through the playoff drought before last season. And the Eagles, they win a Super Bowl without him. So, yeah, we forget just how special he is. But I do think with his running style, he's got many more seasons left.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Detroit!
A give to McCoy. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Allen to throw on third down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And the first play will be a field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second down, Bridgewater. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Shaq Lawson able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
The rookie Allen sharp on this drive as he leads his guys up 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now. Allen. Left side here. Caught by Clay. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Now let's go. 3-19.
From the gun, it's Allen. Flush to his right. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Charles Clay, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And out now come the Vikings. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties.
Cook strip, the ball's out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on, man.
With desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Clay, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On third down, Allen. And he's got his man. It's the tight end, Clay. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now McCoy. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. LaShawn McCoy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will extend their lead. Now Hauschka to tack on the extra point. Hauschka with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get him into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Bills on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Allen going to throw. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now out comes Minnesota. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
20.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Dancing to his left, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Bills will take another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Matt Wild now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And bulldozing his way through. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills getting set to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for the rookie Josh Allen. And the Bills head on.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And up past the 35, a very good return, but a penalty down. That may negate all the good work. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Delta.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Play action now. Bridgewater lets it fly for Thielen. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Delta. 50.
From the gun, Bridgewater. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got him in, complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph. Now Allen throwing on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
The Bills on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
We got 3. We got 20.
Here's Bridgewater. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Bridgewater. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Lorenzo Alexander brings him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing. Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on third down.
Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, he shifts past him. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And now out come the Bills. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And I think the offense is going to keep possession. Yes, they are. But they're backed up now at their own 2-yard line.
On plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
10th carry now for McCoy. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. From his end zone on 3rd and long, Allen escaping the pressure. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Play fake. Bridgewater. Lets it fly for Thielen. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big one there for the Vikings. And even 60 yards after the big play. A chance to finish now on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Bridgewater with a keeper. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal. Bridgewater to throw it this time. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And barely able to knock it through. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On play action, Allen. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Now Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McKenzie. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So Allen's going to look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Gun!
Now Allen again. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught at the 8. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. They get it to him running left. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's McCoy. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly. This is caught, and he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. So often in overtime, Charles, games are won or lost on one big play. That might have been that big play right there.
And the ability to execute it despite the stakes, because let's face it, we've been there before. We've seen guys maybe hyperventilate a little bit when it's their opportunity. Not in this situation. They executed it calmly, and they really got it done.
And now they're set up in prime position. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.